So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
70 Timberwolves. Mustang 19.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And Xavier Worthy, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bucs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
The kicker on for the
They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned them. And I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Looking to put a drive together.
Smith ready. Ready.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
2nd down and 3.
Set, hut. 52 blue. Hut.
Now back to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Clayton. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That's good.
The Eagles have 3 and 10 now on the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this one, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll set up a throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. Yeah, they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Buccaneers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he's got this down to the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
As a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, It's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's second and 21. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
An average yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Third and 4. Well, they'll run. Here comes a rookie from Michigan State. And I don't think he got there. No. Oh, he's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Here we go. Set. Go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Touchdown. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bucs have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Makes the score.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Ready. Ready.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Down. Set. Go.
They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Here's 3rd and a few inches.
Red, yellow. Come on, set. Ready.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it is caught. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. 63 yards. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
A loss of 7 yards.
He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Tap the 60, tap 79 Broncos.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That was no 3rd and 2, that was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front. A nice lane to hit.
Got his man, it's Thornton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And a 1st down. A gain of 11 on the play.
They'll set up the throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
A quick throw going to be caught by Worthy. And the Bucs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there, with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Bucs go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Here we go, set.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this 1st half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Into Everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Bucs are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up second down. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
15-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
50, green. Ready?
He'll look to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
That's another
18 more yards there and another first down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
And that is incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Come on, set. Ready?
They'll look to throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Yellow, 43, set.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. They had lots of leg behind him. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Here we go, set.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least in the field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts.
That's good.
As they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Second down and a yard.
45-yard line.
Here we go. Rep 79 Broncos.
Back to throw here. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. That is caught downfield. It's Worthy. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
76 Lions.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout, and they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half.
24, Eagles 10.
It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Taking it about the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there. That was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out, get long. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back. They certainly aren't readying up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Got it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Down. Set.
Back to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
On the deep ball.
Just what they need, electric from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
33. Yep, ready.
They're going to look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
This is fielded inside the 5. Unable to corral him. He fights through. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. One of the best punt returns we'll see, 93 yards. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went into the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Eagles 10.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
45, white, black shot.
Looking to throw. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Come on, set. Black 40.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Pressure too much. Down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded just inside the 30. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. They're just looking good. Hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches, just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. Now he'll go it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
A gain of 15 yards. Brings up 4th down.
An audible here to get a new look.
19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in their second-half blowout material. That's complete yet again to Thornton. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
At the 20-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 18, Rattler 86.
Back to throw again. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Dante Thornton, a 20-yard touchdown. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
27-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
He finds his man complete. That's Clayton. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
52 blaster. Ready?
Back to throw now on 1st down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 18.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Let's go now. Hut.
He'll drop to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Ready. Black 40. Ready.
Now back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Eagles are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Eagles 17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he'll go out of bounds, but not before reaching the opposite 35.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside, he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep blow with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Let's go now. 60 Bison. 60
In motion
Bison.
comes the tight end left. On the out route is Cal Thornton. And a crossover out of bounds right at the 25. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Let's go. 70 Timberwolves.
They'll set up a throw. Completes this one to Thornton. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 16-yard line.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Ready. Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Dante Thornton with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
17 at the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Black, 95. Blue, striker. Ready. Ready.
He'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Slice blue. Ready. 52 blue.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And they're able to get this way down there inside the Tampa 20. A big play there for Philly. 44 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And after the interception, they're sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
They'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
The Bucs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
In the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Ready.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Here we go. Ready, set,
They'll look to throw here. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right at the 35. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and 16. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only able to gain a couple there. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucks try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bucs are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Ready up. Here we go.
Operating from the gun. Michaels to the left side. Pass caught by Thornton. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this, but he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
It's a gain of 9.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
29-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is caught. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
It's a gain of 28
That's good
yards.
for 28 yards.
That's good for a
Partner, I have to
first
tell
down.
you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Operating from the gun, Michaels. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Here we go.
Well,
Here
I
we
think
go.
that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear.
And now here's another interception. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready. Half the 60. Cut 19. Buffalo 18. Trap 60.
Throwing to start the drive. Michaels. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Eagles will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
The Eagles take over.
I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.